Hey YouTube, it's SoulPrime13 with another Transformers video review. This time we're going to be reviewing the 86 movie studio series Bumblebee. So he is a deluxe class. He's a bit on the smaller side. That's been a point of contention for a lot of people, but overall I think he's a pretty cool figure. Got the Autobot symbol there in the middle. And we got that nice head sculpt there. Again, potato camera. Not sure how well you can see that, but it's nice. As far as accessories go, he just comes with his blaster, which he can hold. Oop. And he can take some pot shots at the Decepticons. Let's see. Some nice paint decals around. Got the tail lights there. All of his windows are painted, so no clear plastic, which I do prefer. It does get worn out over time a lot easier. We got the headlights painted. The gun is done up in a silver paint. And the face is silver, blue eyes. Let's see, for some size comparisons, here he is with another recent mini-bot, Gears. Have him next to Studio Series 86 Ironhide. And of course the Earthrise Optimus Prime. As you can see, he's pretty short, which is more or less to scale. He is supposed to be pretty small. He comes up around the hip joint of Optimus. Here he is with the animated Bumblebee. So they're pretty close to the same size. And while I don't have a G1 Bumblebee, I do have this Christmas ornament. So there's that. Alright, moving on to articulation. His head can wiggle waggle, do a full 360. His shoulder joints are on ball joints, so they can go all the way out, do a full 360. He has a 90 degrees locking elbow joint for transformation. He's got a bicep swivel, wrist swivel. He has a waist joint that can go full 360. His legs can kick all the way forward and about all the way back. It's got full splits. He's got 90-degree bend at the knee and a couple other joints in his legs. You could consider that a toe joint there. That's mostly due to transformation though. And he does have some ankle tilt, although it's kind of in his shin, but hey, it's there. And that's about it for the feet. Alright, moving on to transformation. We'll just snag his little gun out of there. We'll go ahead and put his arms into the full upright locked position. There's a little notch here that the backpack tabs into. You're just going to sort of wiggle it out and over like so. I'm going to open up this chest panel, and his head is on a separate hinge that sort of slides into a slot there. You're going to move the head all the way inside, and there's sort of a slant that it'll rest on. Then you can close his chest back up, straighten that out, bring his side panels forward, rotate the arms a little bit, rotate these to face backwards like so. We're going to move the lower portion on a hinge right here, and there's a little tab that will peg in. Not sure how well you can see the hole, but it'll just tab in like so. Moving on to the feet, we are going to open these panels and then open these panels, flip in these little toe bits, and when you're reconnecting these going back to robot mode, you'll want to hold these so that when you put these down, sometimes they can kind of push up and not lock. They'll just push the piece in. If you just put your finger on it, it'll work fine. But so we flip those in, then we flip these gray panels up against the side. Then we're going to sort of accordion his legs a bit. Rotate these, and then at the next joint so that they sit like so. Tab those both together and into the windshield. Then we're going to bring his arms down, and his arms will tab together. Come on. Seem to be quite right with it. What's going on here? Okay. And then we will just bring this whole assembly down and lock it on the back. And there we have Bumblebee in his little yellow penny racer form, which I honestly do really like the way this looks. I mean, I know it's not the Volkswagen, and some people might not like that, but I think this is a neat little car. And don't want to squeeze together quite right. Yeah, it usually doesn't have that problem. But yeah, overall, the only thing I don't really like is that there's no spare tire thing going on back here, but I think that was more of the Volkswagen bit rather than Bumblebee overall. But still, it would have been nice to see it. I'm sure some company will make a third-party upgrade kit for that at some point. It wouldn't surprise me. And he does roll just fine. And as for weapon storage, there's a little tab on one side of the gun, and that will just plug in right there, like so. Now we'll move on to some vehicle mode size comparisons. Alright, here he is next to the, I believe, Earthrise hubcap. So there's a bit of a comparison for those two. There he is next to Ratchet. Sort of see how they measure up. And of course, next to Earthrise Prime. If you really want, you can have him tag along on the back. Yeah, overall, I really do like this figure. He's a neat little bumblebee. And really, my only complaint with him is what most people have been saying about how he's kind of small for a deluxe, so it does feel kind of overpriced. If it was, like 15, maybe 20, I think it would be perfectly fine. But 25 does feel a bit much for this figure. But overall, if you want him, I definitely say he's worth getting, even if he is a bit pricey. And they are supposed to be sticking around for a while. He's on that new Hasbro A-list thing, so if you want to hold out and see if he goes on sale, that is totally understandable. But overall, I definitely would give this guy 2 thumbs up. So if you see him, I wouldn't pass up on him. So that is my review for the '86 movie Bumblebee.